A big warm welcome to all of our users. In today's episode of Invest Karo Tarakki Karo Financial Literacy Series, we will be discussing ELSS, popularly known as Equity Linked Savings Scheme. My name is Soumya Shah and I'm the founder of the Tarakki app. In today's episode, I have Mr. Vaibhav Shah with me. Mr. Shah is the head of product marketing at Mirai Asset Mutual Fund. Mr. Shah has more than 15 years of experience in the field of financial services. Mr. Shah, big warm welcome to you. Oh, and a big thank you from all of our viewers for agreeing to participate in today's video.
Sure. So thank you, Soumya, for having us for today's discussion.
So the most common question which our users ask us, which our investors ask us is, what is ELSS? What is an equity linked savings scheme?
Sure. So thanks, Soumya. Like you mentioned, ELSS stands for Equity Linked Savings Schemes. So if you see, I always believe that mutual fund is, an instrument which provides various options for investors. In the entire offering that mutual fund provides to investors, there is a category which is called as ELSS. The ELSS category has been separately carved out, which provides investors tax savings under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act of 1961. And the investors can get benefit of maximum 1.5 lakhs when they make investments in ELSS schemes. So this is actually the only category in which you can make investments under the mutual fund space and also get the tax benefit under the 80C section.
Just as you said, rightly said, investors get tax benefit under 80C section. Now, when I look at the 80C bucket, I have an option to invest in PPF. I have an option to invest in NPS. So what differentiates ELSS from the other buckets? How is ELSS different?
Sure. So it's a very good question that you asked, Soumya. I think so as investors, when we make any investments, we have to be very clear on what is our goal and what we plan to achieve while we make the investment. So under 80C, there are a lot of investment options like PPF, you've got bank FDs, which are there. You've got national savings schemes, you have Kisan Vikas Patra, some of these investment options. I think so what is a point that I want to highlight to all investors is some of these instruments have fixed returns that you can generate. Well, the rate has been decided. Now what the government has done is the rates are now become, I would say, sense floating because the government resets the values of the PPF and the NSE certificate based on the GSEC yields that are going currently prevailing in the market. And you can clearly see that, there is a downward movement that we've seen in the interest rates over the last few years. And that has really impacted how the, fixed returns have fallen for some of these instruments. Now, another thing that, you need to look at is ELSS as a category provides you market linked returns, and market linked because it is impacted by the movements of the equity markets. What we've traditionally seen is that over long periods of time, equity market or equity as an asset class has tend to outperform most asset classes. And that is an advantage that the ELSS category provides you, is in the investment, provides you an opportunity to also create wealth in a larger way compared to earning a fixed return. And I think the second key thing that I want to highlight is, like I mentioned, each investor should look at their goal while making investments. So a PPF has a 15-year lock-in period. So essentially, all of us should look at maybe PPF as a retirement way of making investments. Something that you want to create a retirement pool, because in India, you don't have too many retirement options. The other instruments like bank FD are, 5-year instruments and having a 5-year period. NSE and Vikas Patra is about 7-year period of holding the instrument. Here is where ELSS, really comes out much stronger because they have a lock-in period of only 3 years. Investors can, after 3 years, assess whether they want to continue with the scheme or would like to redeem the investment. So the lock-in period is also lower, and that helps them also use ELSS for even short-term needs as well as their long-term needs. I want to only highlight one thing is investors need to understand that even though the lock-in period is 3 years, investors, if they hold equities for longer period of time, we've seen that the compounding works very well. So investors should look even for ELSS for long periods of time for investing.
How can I decide whether I should be investing in an ELSS or a PPF or an NTS? What would be the right tax saving instrument for me?
Sure. So like I mentioned in the earlier point, I think the main thing is you have to see your time frame and you have to see what is the objective that you want to invest. So if your time frame is 15 years, then you can look at PPF. But if equally if you have a time frame of 15 years, I think so we've seen in the historical trends that equity market has delivered quite stronger returns over very long periods of time, like 10, 15 years. So I think so you have to try and see what is your objective. If your objective is try to increase your wealth, then I think so ELSS scores. If you're happy to generate lesser returns but want to look at only tax saving, then only you should look at traditional instruments like PPF or the bank FD. While if your objective is wealth creation, I think so ELSS can come out as a good option.
Sure. So as you just said that ELSS is market linked. So could you highlight some of the risks which investors have when investing in an ELSS versus a traditional tax saving product?
Sure. I think so the only key risk is like I think the lowest lock-in period it has. I think the only underlying risk could be that it is impacted by volatility in equity markets. So if you go through a phase where markets are volatile that they are currently in, then your investment experience may not be as strong. But essentially there are two ways to negate this. One is, as investors, you can start making investments in SIP mode. And all of us have understood that SIP is one of the better ways of making investments, because rather than making money, your investments at one go, you systematically invest every month or every quarter as you may choose. And that helps you, especially buy more units when markets are down and buy less units when markets are up. So it helps you reduce your average cost of purchase. And when you hold it for long periods of time, we've seen in the past that SIP works as a great way for wealth creation. So one way to reduce the risk is to do SIP investments rather than doing one lump sum investments. One of the mistakes investors do is they get ready for tax savings only in the month of Feb or March, which is actually the last time, and you then tend to do a lump sum investments. Actually, if you stagger your investments and do an SIP, it will work great for you. Second is risk of equities. So if after the end of 3 years or while entering, you enter at a time that markets are higher, and while the 3-year period is complete markets may be lower, then you may feel that your experience is bad. I think so. I want to highlight here is the ELSS has a minimum time frame that you should hold for 3 years. So as an investor, if you increase your time frame to 5 years or 7 years, your investment experience goes up significantly. So some of these risks of market risks is when you can reduce by doing SIP investments and increasing your time frame of making the investments.
Sure. Thank you very much. Mr. Shah, this has been a great session. A lot of insights which we've received today. A lot of key questions, most frequently asked questions have been answered by you on ELSS today. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with our viewers. And
so I would just like to add, Soumya, one thing, and I'm very happy that you are making this ELSS video in the month of July. A lot of people make this in the month of Jan, Feb, March, and that's the time people start remembering that this is a time of tax savings. I think so. These are good times when markets correct. Investors should look at ELSS. I want to tell one last message before we conclude.
Yeah.
That a lot of investors who are first time investing in equities and mutual funds, ELSS can actually be a first fund that they can look at. Because if you give your 100 rupees of investment, you get 30 rupees back as your tax saving. And these are fairly diversified funds which have multi-cap strategy. So they can move between large, mid-cap. So you can play all the strategies in one fund, get tax savings, get experience of investing in equity mutual funds, and start your mutual fund journey. So it's one of the most beautiful products that we think mutual fund industry provides for investors.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And I think we would also encourage our viewers to actually start an SIP today versus doing a lump sum in February or March. So that's a great takeaway to go home with. And thank you very much for your thoughts and for your time today.
Thank you. And happy investing to everyone.
Happy investing.